happening to me?
You're gonna die.
How long do I have? How long do I have?
You have less than 24 hours to live.
The movie opens on a desolate, dusty stretch of highway near the border between Namibia and South Africa. We see a convoy of 3 vehicles speeding across the landscape. This is a high-stakes transport mission led by an Interpol agent named Lynn. Their objective is to transfer a high-value prisoner named Keith. As they approach a remote checkpoint, the atmosphere shifts. Lynn, a seasoned agent, immediately senses something is wrong. The environment feels too quiet, the vibes too dangerous. She tries to warn her partner, but it is already too late. Suddenly, a chaotic ambush erupts as heavily armed mercenaries open fire on the convoy from all sides. The Interpol agents attempt to return fire and hold their ground, but they are hopelessly outgunned. It is a massacre. Within moments, almost everyone is dead except for Lynn and her prisoner, Keith. During the firefight, Lynn takes a bullet to the hand, but fueled by adrenaline, she manages to ram through the attackers, escaping the kill zone with Keith secured in her vehicle. The scene shifts dramatically to a serene beach in the Florida Keys. Here, we are introduced to a man named Travis Conrad and an older gentleman named Frank, who happens to be Travis's father-in-law. They are sitting quietly with their fishing gear, but the mood is somber. They aren't just fishing, they are performing a heartbreaking ritual. They cast the ashes from 2 urns into the ocean. Travis breaks the silence, noting that it has been exactly 1 year. We learn the tragic backstory. A year ago, Travis's wife and his young son were killed. Today marks the anniversary of that loss, and Travis is a man still drowning in grief. After the emotional ceremony, Travis drives Frank home, bids him goodnight, and heads out into the night to clear his head. He ends up at a local dive bar for a drink. While sitting there, his instincts, honed by years of dangerous work, kick in. He notices 2 men watching him. Suspicious, Travis heads to the restroom to lure them out. His instincts were spot on. The men follow him with ill intentions. However, Travis is prepared. As they enter, he jams the door shut with a metal rod and throws a canister of cleaning chemicals into the room, creating a toxic reaction. By the time he opens the door, the men are incapacitated, coughing and gasping for air. Travis interrogates them, demanding to know who sent them. Gasping, they reveal they are from Red Mountain and that their boss, Jim Morrow, wants a meeting. Travis is annoyed. He had told Jim he was on a hiatus, taking a break from the life. One of the men wheezes that it is an emergency. Travis walks out to the main bar area and finds Jim Morrow waiting for him. Travis confronts him, angry that his retirement is being interrupted. Jim explains that they have a job that requires Travis's specific set of skills. He asks Travis to perform one last hit, promising that after this, he can return to his vacation. Travis initially refuses, stating he is an independent contractor and not a Red Mountain employee. It is revealed here that Travis is a top-tier elite hitman. Jim drops the hammer. Red Mountain's supreme boss, Wetzler, is offering a staggering $1 million per day for this assignment. The sheer amount of money makes Travis pause. Jim warns that the target is difficult. Travis, realizing the leverage he has, counters that if they double the offer to $2 million, he will do it. Jim agrees immediately and briefs him. The target is Keith Zera, the man from the opening scene. Keith is scheduled to testify against the Red Mountain Corporation in a UN investigation. Jim explains that Keith's testimony could destroy the company. He fills Travis in on the failed kidnapping attempt in Namibia and explains that Keith is now protected by Interpol. They don't know the safe house location, but they know Keith will testify on Friday afternoon. This gives Travis a tight deadline. He has 72 hours to find Keith in Africa and kill him. Jim provides a lead, the Interpol agent who saved Keith, Lynn. He mentions that Lynn has a child. This detail makes Travis hesitate. Killing a mother crosses a line for him. However, Jim emphasizes that Red Mountain is a $25 billion entity with the US Senate in its pocket. The mission is critical. The story jumps to Hong Kong. We see a young, innocent boy named Christopher, who is Lynn's son, video chatting with his mother on Skype. He asks when she is coming home, and Lynn promises she will be back soon. Later, Travis arrives at Lynn's apartment in Hong Kong. Christopher's grandmother answers the door. Travis puts on a charming facade, introducing himself as Dennis Merrick, an old friend of Lynn's from Oxford University. The grandmother informs him Lynn is away, but Travis, playing the role of the eager friend, manages to get into the house to wait. He bonds with Christopher, using the memory of his own deceased son to manipulate the boy. While the boy is distracted, Travis steals his phone, hacks into it, and traces Lynn's location. Travis immediately flies to South Africa. He tracks Lynn to the airport, where she is waiting for a flight to Hong Kong. Using his technical skills, he hacks the airport system and cancels her flight, stranding her. He approaches her, pretending to be a fellow stranded traveler named Dennis. He charms her, suggesting they get dinner to kill the 6-hour wait. Lynn, unaware of who he is, agrees. Over dinner, they connect deeply. They talk about their lives, and Travis opens up about the pain of losing his wife and son, Adam. The shared vulnerability brings them closer, and they end up going back to a hotel room together. Later that night, while Lynn is in the shower, Travis hacks her phone to steal the data on the safe house. He prepares his gun to kill her, but he freezes. His connection with her, combined with his grief, makes him unable to pull the trigger. He has a soft corner for her. He decides to leave the room instead. He steps outside to call Jim and report the location of Keith. However, Lynn has realized who he is. She bursts out of the room and shoots Travis. A gunfight ensues, but Lynn has the upper hand. She shoots Travis in the chest, killing him. As Travis dies, his final thoughts are of his wife and son, but strangely, Jim's face invades his memories. Suddenly, Travis gasps awake. He is not in heaven or hell, but in a sterile medical facility. He is shocked. He knows he died. Jim is there and reveals the terrifying truth. Red Mountain has used a highly classified, experimental medical procedure to revive him. Jim explains that the procedure is inhumane and strictly secret. They brought him back for one reason only. Travis died before revealing the location of the safe house. Wetzler, the ruthless boss, enters the room. He demands the location, noting that the UN deposition is in 2 hours. Disoriented and in shock, Travis gives up the location. With the information secured, Wetzler orders Jim to go finish the job. Jim, who is a handler and not a field agent, hesitates, but Wetzler is firm. He criticizes Travis for failing to kill the girl because of his emotions and orders his men to put Travis down permanently. Travis begs Jim to let him go, but Jim apologizes and leaves him to die. Red Mountain has no further use for him. Travis realizes he is about to be executed. As the doctor approaches to inject a lethal poison, Travis spots a surgical knife. He snaps into action, brutally taking down the guard and taking the doctor hostage. He demands answers. The doctor reveals the horror of his situation. The resurrection procedure is temporary. Travis has a countdown timer embedded in his wrist. He will die again in 24 hours, and there is no cure. The procedure causes severe mental breakdowns and hallucinations as the clock ticks down. Travis drags the doctor outside, discovering the lab is a mobile unit inside a shipping container in a shipyard. A massive gunfight breaks out with Red Mountain's security team. Travis, fueled by the drugs in his system and pure rage, slaughters them all. During the fight, he begins to hallucinate, seeing visions of his dead son, Adam, amidst the carnage. He points his gun at the doctor to kill him but finds he cannot do it. Just like with Lynn, he shows mercy. He spares the doctor and steals a car. Driving away, he calls his father-in-law, Frank. He tells him he is in South Africa and will not be coming home. A final goodbye. Frank begs him not to give up, but Travis hangs up. The scene shifts to the safe house in Cape Town. Keith Zera is sitting before a UN representative and a camera, giving his deposition. He explains that he was a security contractor working on a crude oil pipeline in the Congo. Red Mountain suddenly reassigned his team to Namibia, ordering them to transport heavy earth-moving equipment overnight. Keith recounts the horror of what they found at the destination, a remote container yard filled with piles of dead bodies. But they weren't soldiers or militants. They were civilians, men, women, and children. The UN representative asks how they died. Keith reveals the chilling truth. Upon closer inspection, the bodies were covered in surgical scars and stitches on their chests and wrists. They hadn't just been murdered, they had been used as lab rats for Red Mountain's twisted medical experiments, the very same experiments that just brought Travis back from the dead. Keith continues his harrowing account, describing how they were forced to dig a massive pit, roughly the size of half a football field, under the cover of darkness. They threw the 70 bodies into this mass grave, burned them to ash, and buried the remains, effectively erasing all evidence of the atrocities. Afterward, Red Mountain forced the contractors to sign strict confidentiality agreements, explicitly warning them that any leak of information would result in their deaths. Back at the safe house, Lynn is listening intently. Her superior officer mentions that he toured Iraq twice and saw terrible things, but he never saw a deal that involved slaughtering civilians by the truckload. Suddenly, Lynn's instincts flare up. She senses danger. She glances out the window and realizes they are about to be attacked. She screams to alert the team, but it is too late. Jim Morrow, perched on a nearby rooftop with a heavy machine gun, opens fire. The safe house is torn to shreds in seconds. It was safe in name only. Lynn and Keith scramble to escape the chaos, but Jim's mercenaries have already breached the building. A fierce firefight ensues, and many agents are cut down in the crossfire. Desperate, Lynn grabs Keith and they jump from a lower floor to escape the kill zone. However, amidst the hail of bullets, Keith is struck. Lynn tries to drag the wounded man to safety, but two mercenaries corner them, ready to execute them both. Just as all hope seems lost, a car roars onto the scene, drifting into the gunmen and knocking them out. It is Travis. Lynn instinctively points her gun at the driver, shocked to see the man she killed. Travis looks at her and quips, "Lady, are you trying to kill me again? I really should have finished you when I had the chance." Travis then looks at the wounded Keith and says, "So, you're the $2 million man. You're quite popular, brother. Half the world is looking for you." He asks Keith what dirt he has on Red Mountain to warrant such a bounty. Lynn cuts him off, snapping that it is classified and urging him to drive. Keith, in pain, gasps that he has information that can dismantle the entire corporation. Travis floors it, driving recklessly to shake the pursuers. The mercenaries chase them, firing wildly. To make matters worse, Travis begins to hallucinate as the experimental drugs in his system start to destabilize his mind. Fighting through the visions, he keeps driving. The police join the chase, but they are lagging behind, perhaps intentionally delaying their arrival. The mercenaries manage to blow up parts of Travis's car, but he retaliates, ramming them into a truck and causing a massive crash. They think the danger has passed, but a final shot rings out from a distance. Jim has sniped Keith. Travis speeds away to a secluded beachside location, but it is too late. Due to massive blood loss, Keith dies. Lynn is devastated, but before he passes, Keith presses a memory card into her hand. It is the recording of his testimony. Travis is frustrated by the death, but he decides he must do one last good deed before his time runs out. The scene shifts to Red Mountain headquarters in Cape Town. A henchman brings Keith's camera to Jim. Jim checks it only to find the memory slot empty. Furious, he demands to know where the card is. The henchman stammers that they were only ordered to neutralize the target and retrieve the camera. Jim kicks him out and then receives a terrifying call from his boss, Wetzler. Wetzler is livid about this third failure. He tells Jim he doesn't care who has to die. The secret of their billion-dollar experimental procedure must not be exposed. He threatens the safety of Jim's family if he fails again. Desperate and cornered, Jim makes a ruthless move. He kidnaps Lynn's son, Christopher. Meanwhile, Travis and Lynn are mourning Keith. Travis warns her that once Red Mountain realizes she has the card, they will hunt her with the full force of their army. He advises her to run. He reveals the tragic truth. He only has 16 hours of life left, a result of Red Mountain's experiments, and he intends to use that time to burn the company to the ground. Lynn's phone rings. It's Jim. He reveals he has Christopher and demands the memory card in exchange for the boy's life. Lynn begins to panic, but Travis promises her he will get her son back. They hit the road, but Travis's condition worsens. He hallucinates his dead son, Adam. In his mind, he reaches out to touch him, triggering flashbacks of old missions and memories of his wife begging him to leave the life of a hitman. Travis shakes off the visions and takes Lynn to one of his secret hideouts. He loads a duffel bag with guns, explosives, and cash. Lynn notices a photo of Travis's family and realizes that he, too, has lost everything. Next, Travis takes Lynn to meet an old contact named Amel, a local leader he has worked with before. Amel asks why they are there. Lynn asks if he knows about Red Mountain. Amel explains that Red Mountain provides aid to the community, money, training, and youth programs. Travis corrects him, revealing the dark truth. In the last 2 years, Hundreds of refugees have disappeared because Red Mountain used them as lab rats for inhuman medical experiments. Hearing this, Amel becomes deadly serious. He realizes the missing family members of his community were victims. He agrees to help. Amel leads them to where Jim's men are transporting Christopher. Travis intercepts the convoy, confronting the leader of the goons, Jack. Travis holds up the bag of money and offers it in exchange for the boy, warning them that refusal means death. Jack laughs, pointing out that Travis is outnumbered. But suddenly, Amel whistles. Dozens of locals armed with bricks, stones, and weapons emerge from the shadows, surrounding the mercenaries. Travis tells Jack that these are the families of the people Red Mountain murdered. Jack's confidence crumbles. Travis, struggling to stay standing, delivers a chilling speech. "I kill people for a living, and I'm still here. But I lost my family. Everything was taken from me." As Jack raises his gun, Amel shoots him dead. Chaotic brawl erupts. Lynn frantically searches the cars for her son. The mercenaries try to flee, but one of Amel's men fires a rocket launcher, blowing up the lead car. Lynn screams, thinking her son was inside, but Travis grabs her and points to another fleeing vehicle. They chase it down and run it off the road. Lynn rushes to the car and finds Christopher safe. Watching the reunion, Travis is haunted by memories of his own family. Checking his timer, Travis sees he has only 36 minutes left. He gives the memory card to Lynn, telling her to take it to the authorities while he goes to finish Red Mountain once and for all. Travis takes a captured mercenary hostage and forces him to drive to headquarters, ordering him to radio ahead that he is bringing Lynn's son. He warns the man that if he exposes the ruse, he dies. With only 18 minutes remaining, Travis plans to draw all the fire to himself so Lynn can escape. As they approach the gate, the guards check the car and realize it's Travis. The alarm is raised, and the facility goes into lockdown. Jim watches on the monitors and pleads with Travis over the intercom to stop. Travis ignores him and shoots the camera. Jim tries one last manipulation, telling Travis he has sent a team to kill his father-in-law, Frank, but promises to call them off if Travis surrenders the card. Travis doesn't blink. He puts on a bulletproof vest and rams the car through the entrance. Inside, Wetzler orders a strike team to find Lynn, but Travis has hacked the security system, sealing the gates and trapping them inside. He is buying Lynn time. Guards surround Travis's car, but when they open it, it's empty, rigged with C4. The car explodes, causing massive destruction. Jim, looking defeated and drinking heavily, seems to accept that it's over. He waits for Travis. Wetzler, panicked, calls for a helicopter and offers $1 million bounty to whoever kills Travis. Travis, heavily wounded and running on fumes, fights his way through the building, killing wave after wave of guards. He finally reaches the office. He shoots Wetzler without hesitation. Jim looks at Travis and reveals the final, crushing truth. Wetzler personally ordered the hit on Travis's family. He didn't want Travis to retire, so he eliminated his reason to leave. Jim admits he went along with it to protect his own family. Elsewhere, a Red Mountain assassin locates Lynn, but Jim calls him and orders him to stand down. Lynn successfully hands the evidence to the authorities. Her nightmare is over. Back in the office, Jim tosses his gun to Wetzler, who is bleeding out. The police storm the building, ordering Jim to drop his weapon. Instead, Jim executes Wetzler and then raises his gun, forcing the police to shoot him dead. Travis, his mission complete, finally succumbs. The 24 hours are up. He dies, and his mind is flooded with visions of his wife and son calling to him. He walks toward the light, ready for peace. But then gasp, Travis's eyes snap open. He is back in the same lab on the same table. The experimental procedure has worked again. He has been brought back to life once more. The cycle continues. And with that shocking cliffhanger, the movie ends.